Hello again, nice to see you back here. Sometimes Facebook Marketplace just throws things at you that you can't say no to. This is one of those times. I bought this GTX 970 sometime last year for just $40, and never really used it for anything but a backup. Nvidia's 2014 Midranger has lived a valiant life, but can it cling to it? Or is it going to the GPU afterlife? As usual, the Stormtrooper PC with a Ryzen 5 2600X and 16GB of 3200MHz RAM and the 75Hz 1080p monitor are the base. All today's benchmarks are exactly the same as the 1063GB video I did the other day, as these cards are pretty similar in terms of performance, with the 970 having just a little more grunt. Deathly Stillness at 1080p high didn't start us off in a promising way, performing 10% worse than the 1060 on average and with much lower 1 and 0.1% lows. I would guess this has more to do with drivers than anything else, but even so, it's playable, just not as playable. Cities Skylines gave me a 68 FPS average and a 42 FPS 1% low, with a 0.1% low of 3. This was fine as I noticed no issue while actually building, although the keen-eyed among you might realise I've used the same footage as before because, as idiots sometimes do, I forgot to record the gameplay, even though I benchmarked it. Journey to the Savage Planet 1080p high with FXAA did great as usual, although I did notice a few more stutters that impacted my gameplay this time around. It was also whilst playing this game that I heard the fans start huffing and puffing, signs of an aging GPU working hard to maintain adequate performance before it goes to the electronics recycling center someday. LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga at 1080p default was more than acceptable, looked great, and because the 0.1% low was 30, felt relatively smooth throughout my playtime. I'm enjoying just messing around in these games to get a sense for what GPUs I never used in their heyday could really deliver, and if you've got $40, can today. With an average of 108 FPS and a 1% low of 76, Assetto Corsa Competizione is once again completely playable if you're looking for something to power your budget sim rig. The environmental details are low and the visible cars are limited to 10, but for a starter, I'd argue it's worth it. The OG Assetto Corsa would also be great fun with a similar system. Maybe go easy on the mods though. Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 crashed the first time I tried to record and benchmark, because what's a game of Warzone without a crash? I was pleasantly surprised by the playability with the 970, as an average of 53.5 FPS and 1% low of 36 was the best experience so far with one of these ultra-budget aging GPUs. Sure, the settings are severely compromised, and visually it's muddy, but I can just about make out enemy shapes. That doesn't help my reactions though, because I got smoked at the end of this round. Finally, Cyberpunk 2077 also managed to render a respectable 55 FPS at 1080p medium with FSR set to ultra performance. Similar to Call of Duty, the visuals are severely pared down. The upscaling from FSR at this resolution distorts the image, as there isn't enough data to properly reconstruct it. If this is your only option to play this game, I'd target 30 FPS with FSR set to balanced or quality at 1080p medium, if you prefer not to sacrifice your retinas to Satan. Look, I'm not saying you can find a GTX 970 for $40. I have an uncanny habit of putting the right cheat code into Facebook Marketplace, but at this price, if you're trying to play anything released before 2021, it's a solid deal. I'd prefer not having only 3.5GB of VRAM, but beggars can't be choosers. Trying to play anything newer though? Forget it. It's a dead end. I do have a request for you guys. If anyone has an EVGA 980 Ti, I want one. Always have. Send me an email, DM on Instagram, or leave a comment below. In the next video, we'll look at another Zotac card, the RTX 2070. Until then, thank you for watching. Please do all the usual YouTube stuff. I've been Joss. I'll see you next time.